All right, welcome back to another Uptempo Basketball video. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of this game. And we are going to continue the second half of this game between the 2003-2004 Spurs and Lakers. Right now, bit of a blowout. So 22-point lead for the Lakers at home against the Spurs. They lead 56-34. We're going to give the ball to the Spurs. I can't remember exactly who had the ball last, but Spurs are down big, so we'll give them a first crack at it in the second half. So playing the game with three different D100s here. So I like to use this D100 dice. It just gives me the tens place and then the ones place. So we'll read them red, white, and blue. Red is going to be for our team card here to find out what happens on the play. White will be which player. So we'll look in the right column here, the correct column, and then find out the player, and then whatever resolution needs to happen here, whether that's finding out which player is guarding the player on a shot, or if there is a free throw attempt, we can do the first free throw attempt at least with this one. So you could get away with these two and then roll them again, however you want to do that. So I'm just going to try to roll three each way through. That way there's fewer actual rolls. The Spurs with 15 and 19 points in the first half. The Lakers with 29 and 27, pretty consistent. High point man for the Lakers is going to be Derek Fisher. At this point, he's got 10. 9 points for the glove, Gary Payton. 8 for Medvedenko and Malone. 6 for Shaq. And just 4 points at this point for Kobe. We'll see how it goes. And high point man for the Lakers, for the Spurs, is, let's see, Turkoglu and Timmy Duncan both have 6. And that looks like the highest they have. So let's get started with this one. 30-minute possessions, 30 possessions per quarter. That's what we did according to each team's pace. You can see their pace is well under 100 possessions per 100 minutes. So they both had pretty slow tempo offenses. It was just the era. They were sort of coming out of that in 2003, 2004, but there was still sort of that 90s vibe to the way that people were playing. A lot of man-to-man defense still. There was no zone defense yet, and so a lot of one-on-one matchups, a lot of throw it down low, let everybody run around, look for an open shot, double team the big man, that kind of stuff. So a slower version of basketball. All right, so we get started. 31 is going to be free throw attempts. And that's going to go to Manu Ginobili. Ginobili is an 80.2%, so 80% shooter. He'll make the first and make the second. So that's a good start for the Spurs. So Ginobili, a couple of makes here on the front end. Cuts lead to 20. And we're off and running. Lakers ball. They're also going to get free throw attempts here. That's also going to come from their shooting guard. So Kobe Bryant, 85%. He makes the first. And he makes the second. So I've got this one extra here, so I'm going to be a good boy while I got my mind here right now. So I'm just going to give one. But Bryant is going to get 2 free throws. I had just given them an extra one if you watched the previous video, and it was kind of hanging out there and needed to resolve that extra one. 60 is going to be a bucket. That goes to Manu. So Ginobili, excuse me, the allergy season here. I got a little bit of something in my throat. Manu Ginobili with 4 points out of the gate. We have a 100. That's going to be Liquid Drano. That comes from Devin George. And that is a 3 ball from the side for Devin George. It's now 61-38, 23-point lead. So Devin George is here. He's got 11 in the game for the Lakers. I'm not playing this particularly fast. Just playing 2-point ball. This is Timmy Duncan as he backs down, gives a little head and shoulder fake, and puts it up and in. Duncan with his first 2 of the second half. $59, that's going to be an auto bucket, and that goes to Shaq Fu down low as he just powers his way to the basket. And the lead is 63-40. Another free throw attempt. This time the free throws are going to come from Turkoglu. He's a 71% shooter. He makes the first. And he'll make the second. So Turkoglu pushes them to 40. He's got 2 more. And he has 8 points for the game off the bench. So looking good for the Spurs. 83 back to the Lakers. That's going to be a bucket for Shaquille O'Neal. O'Neal starting to pick up the pace. He's got 4 here early in the second half. Makes it 65-42, so keeps the 23-point lead. The Spurs looking for something. It's of note that we've gone more than 2 quarters, and the Lakers still have yet to make a turnover. As I say that because the Spurs turned it over for the 6th time. Turnovers will kill you in this game, and that's really sometimes the difference. Turnovers and runs, scoring runs. And a 4, they just missed a scoring run, but they do get their first turnover. So the Lakers hand it right back to the Spurs. Let's see if the Spurs can begin to cut into that lead. So turnovers and missed 2-point attempts and free throws, missed 3-point attempts. That's where you can kind of like get stops and begin to make your way back into the game. But if the other team just keeps hitting shots, there's not a lot you can do. They're just hitting them. We get free throw attempts for the Lakers. Is that right? No, for the Spurs. 37 is free throw attempts to Malik Rose, who's an 81% shooter. He makes the first, and he'll make the second, as they do cut into the lead just a little bit. Malik Rose off the bench with a 2 free throws. He's got 6 in the game. We have a 3. That's going to be a scoring run. 26 is going to be a 9-2 scoring run. And we'll look at our scoring run cards. So they've already had a 10-2 run. Now they have a 9-2 run for the Lakers. And it's just getting worse for the Spurs. So 9-2, we look on our card. We got a 9-2 run here. We have an 8. And that's going to put us in this top column here. So we get 6 points from Gary Payton. 1, 2, 3. And 2 free throws for Kobe, as he scores a couple. And 1 of 2 free throws for for Medvedenko. Power forward. George doesn't score. And Shaq doesn't score. And for the Spurs, it'll be Manu Ginobili with 2. So they're going to have part of a scoring run here. We're going to start here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I like to just denote the scoring runs with a little line. You can see they've had 2 scoring runs so far. 10-2 run early in the game, and then a 9-2 run now. We're going to take off 6 possessions, so that takes us down to 14 possessions. So we're about halfway through the quarter. And the score is 74-46. 28-point lead. If we get on to the last quarter, I'm just going to do this sort of up-tempo style. I'm not going to belabor the point. We can still assign points and stuff like that, but no need to go through and check shooting percentages and all that. We'll just check it off the team chart because the Spurs are not going to come back from 30, I don't think, in the last quarter, but you never know. 29 is going to be free throw attempts. That goes to Bruce Bowen, 58% free throw shooter. He misses the first and misses a second. Yikes. Good. And it was always strange with Bruce Bowen because he was a guy who could hit three-pointers from the outside. And his three-point percentage is 36%. But he could shoot free throws. It's really weird. 12 will be another turnover. So second turnover of the game for the Lakers. Spurs get the ball back. Down by a healthy clip. Where they're going to get a scoring run, though. This will be a 0-1, a 30 is going to be their own 9-2 run. We have a 0-0-3. So let's check that out. So it'll be the same thing, same kind of scoring. 6 points for the point guard, Parker. 2 free throws for Manu. 1 of 2 from the line for Tim Duncan. And nothing for the center. So we'll say it starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to get 2 points for Kobe on the other side. So 76-55. Still a 21-point lead even after all that. Would take 6 down, and that's 6 possessions left in the quarter. And it'll be the Lakers. That might be enough to just kind of keep them in it. If they can continue to get scoring runs, they can get back into this game. So 9-2 run for the Spurs, and that'll help their scoring out just a little bit as they finally pass the century mark. It's taken a while. 51, 2-point attempt, and this will be for Kobe Bryant. It'll be Gary Payton, 50% shooter. He's going to be guarded by Tony Parker, who's a -4. So it takes him down to a 46. So 1-46, he'll make the shot. Contested shot, and that's going to be off the mark as Gary Payton misses the 2. Good defense by Tony Parker and the Spurs. And San Antonio back in it. Let's see, 61, that's going to be an auto bucket. That's going to come from Tony Parker as he comes down. And he slices and dices through the lane, puts the layup in. And the Spurs, he's got 8 here in the third quarter. And with 4 possessions left, it is 76-57. They've gotten it under 20 now. 26 is going to be free throw attempts to Derek Fisher. He's an 80% free throw shooter. First one is an 89. That's a miss. And a 21 is a make. So 1 of 2 for Fisher. There's 3 possessions left here in the third quarter. San Antonio with the ball. Down by 20. And we have a 99. That's going to be an auto 3-point attempt. 19. That's going to be Tony Parker from the top of the key. He unleashes it, and he's had a great third quarter. So 1, 2, 3. A 99 is here. 96-100 is an auto 3. So Tony Parker with 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 points here in the third has brought the Spurs back. And I think I gave them that 3, right? We'll reconcile all of the scoring at the quarter. I think I gave them that 3. 93 is going to be a 3-point attempt. So 91-95 is a 3-point attempt for the Lakers. The Lakers have hit on their 3-point attempts. I think all but a couple. 80 for a three-pointer is going to be Kareem Rush. Kareem Rush is a 35% shooter. He's guarded by Devin Brown, who's a -7. Good defender. I'm sure Pop loves that. -7 to a 35 is 28%. So he becomes a 28% shooter. 1 to 28. This will be in. Kareem Rush with the three ball. Bang. And we'll have one more possession left, but Kareem Rush with the answer. With a man in its face, San Antonio's going to get the last shot here. A 1 will be a run, scoring run. 36 is going to be another 9-2 run, and the Spurs trying to get back into this one. And I'll show you how we handle runs as they go across quarters, because it's the last play of the third quarter. So let's deal with the scoring run first. The 72 is going to be here. So we get a 3-ball and 2 free throws for Manu. This just tells us how did we get to that 9 points. So 2 4 points for Bruce Bowen. And then nothing for the center, and then 2 points for Shaq. So Shaq was 6 in the third quarter. All right, so let's mark out our 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 2 for the Lakers. Our final after 3 quarters is going to be 82-69. Double check those scores. But it'll be Lakers ball coming out into the fourth. And I will show you, I'll show you here. So we're at 1 possession, and then we are going to be starting the quarter at 30. So we're basically just going to take off 6 possessions. So if we had been with 3 possessions left, we would do 3 and then 3 to start the next one. As it is, we're going to just take off 6 possessions. So we'll start the fourth quarter at 24 possessions instead of 30, just because that scoring run would have gone over into the next quarter, if that makes sense. So that's kind of how we think about those things. Let me put you on pause here, and then I will come up with the third quarter totals. All right, and we're back with our third quarter, 35-26. So 35 points for San Antonio, 11 for Parker, 13 for Manu Ginobili, 4 points for Bruce Bowen. So they put up 35 to the Lakers 26. So respectable 26 for the Lakers. They've been slowly decreasing a little bit. If they have one of these types of quarters, it's going to be really interesting here. The lead is started at 22 at the half. It's now down to 13. So you can see scoring runs make a big difference, as they've had 2 9-2 scoring runs. The Spurs have, and the Lakers have had a 10-2 and a 9-2 run. So basketball in the NBA is a game of runs, and that's sort of the quality. It's like the central quality of this game, that it includes the scoring runs. That's intentional. That came from the very beginning of the game, and I think gives it one of its finest qualities. So a game that was totally out of hand all of a sudden is pretty close going into the fourth quarter, which is very NBA-like. Lakers with the ball first. They are going to have an 80. That's going to be a 2-pointer. 54 will be Shaq Fu down low, and that stretches the lead back up to 14. O'Neal with 10, 12, 14 points in the game. 23 possessions left in this one. 51, that will be a 2-point for Rasha Nesterovic. He's a 47% shooter. He's going to be guarded by Shaq. Shaq's a -5 defender. So 47 minus 5 is 42. So with Shaq up in his face, Nesterovic with the jumper, and that is going to be off the mark. Good defense by Shaq. As Nesterovic yet to score, in this one against O'Neal. The battery of O'Neal and Brian Cook. Lakers ball, 27, will be free throw attempts. This goes to Kobe Bryant, 85% shooter. He makes the first and the second. And the lead ballooning yet again. So Bryant with 2. He's got 10, 12 points. Kind of a quiet night for Kobe, but they had a lot of scorers on this team. 37, that will be free throw attempts. Those go to Manu Ginobili. He's an 80% shooter, so makes 1, makes 2 as he gets to the line. Manu having a terrific game so far. He's got 15, 17 points. We are 1/3 through the fourth quarter. The score is 86-71, so 15-point lead for the Lakers. They're going to get another auto bucket. 80, that's from Kareem Rush, as Rush puts it up and in. He drives, he pulls up, he hits a little short jumper, and Rush, consistent. He's got 8 points off the bench. That's really been the difference here is the bench scoring for the Lakers. 24 will be free throw attempts again. This is going to go to Devin Brown, 81% shooter. He misses the first, though, and makes the second. So 1 of 2 for Devin Brown. 18 possessions left. It'll be Laker ball. You can't see it, but I have a little thing here. I guess I could put it on the Lakers like that, just to let you know who's got the ball. 73 is going to be another auto bucket. This time it's going to come from Derek Fisher, the lefty. So Fisher puts it up and in. 2 points, pushes them to 90. So the Lakers ahead 90-72. Spurs in desperate need of a scoring run here. They're not going to get it. They're going to get a 2-point attempt instead. This comes from Rasha Nesterovic again. So 61, 57-70 is Nesterovic. 47% shooter. The guy guarding him is Brian Cook, because his usage is an 85-100, so we have a 93. He's a -4, about the same as Shaq. 47 minus 4 is 43. So 1-43, Nesterovic will put it in. It's 100, and he's going to miss as Nesterovic 0 for 2 here in the fourth. Laker ball. A 14, that's going to be a turnover. Not a huge turnover, just 12% on their turnovers, as opposed to 14% for the Spurs. But with 15 possessions left, the Spurs have the ball. 91 is going to be a three-point attempt from 67. That'll be Hedo Turkoglu. Turkoglu, 42% shooter. He's going to be guarded by 96. So that'll be Byron Russell, who is a -1. So he goes from a 42 to a 41% shooter. And he lets one fly from the corner. And it is no good, as Turkoglu misses the 3. Back then, people weren't shooting as many threes as they do now. They did still shoot them, but much more frequency now. 92 will be a 3-point attempt for the Lakers. 85. Yeah, it's going to be Kareem Rush, 35%. He's guarded by, he's a shooting guard. He's guarded by Manu Ginobili, who's a -10 defender. So his 35 becomes a 25%. So 1-25, Kareem Rush will put it in. He's already hit 1, and this one bangs off the side of the rim. So Rush with a 3-point miss. I think he's actually had 2 3-pointers. Back the other way for San Antonio. 28, that'll be free throws. Those free throws go to Big Shot Rob, 65% shooter. He's going to miss the first. And he will miss the second, Robert Horry. Oh, man. The Spurs, it is not their day. So, Horry misses 2 free throws. Lakers come back with the ball. 56. That's going to be a 2-point bucket for Derek Fisher again, as Fisher's having a really nice game off the bench at the point guard spot. I mean, Gary Payton's had a good game too, so it's not like Payton's been a flub here. But we get our first scoring for a while, 92-72, 20-point lead, as neither team can really take the reins here in the fourth quarter. And 18, that's going to be free throw attempts, and that goes to Tony Parker, 70% shooter. He misses the first. A lot of free throw misses here. And 76, he's going to miss both. Ouch. So those are just free points that the Spurs are leaving on the table. 78, that's going to be a bucket. That comes from Stanislav Medvedenko. No, 43. Sorry, that's going to be Devin George. So Devin George with the buckets, his first 2 of the fourth. 9 possessions left in this one, and the Lakers pushing toward 100 points. They have a 22-point lead. Spurs with a 54. That's going to be an and one. So automatic bucket, and that comes from Turkoglu. And he is a 71% free throw shooter, so he's going to make the free throws well. So he completes the 3-point play. So 2 + 1. And we'll go ahead and give him 3. So the lead is 19 for the Lakers. This will be a bucket. That comes from Kobe, as Kobe puts in his first field goal of the fourth quarter. They haven't necessarily needed him to score a lot. He and Shaq have had decent enough games, but not necessarily needing that with all the scoring that they've gotten off the bench. At the end of the game, we'll tally up everybody's game totals and we'll see how it all turned out. 76 is a bucket. That goes to Turkoglu again. Turkoglu getting a lot of open looks. He's got 5 points here in the fourth. And the Spurs push all the way up to 77. So, been good defense from the Lakers. Poor execution from Spurs. 82, that's going to be auto bucket. That goes to Medvedenko this time. So he gets into the scoring column in the fourth. The Lakers are spreading it around. They push up to 98 points if they top the 100 mark. They average 98 points a game. Spurs 91. 16, that's going to be a turnover for the Spurs. That's their 7th. That's also been killing them in the game. So turnover battle was won so far by the Lakers 7-3, which 7 is still pretty good. We get a 3 ball. This is going to come from Byron Russell, who is playing in garbage time. And he hits a 3-pointer. That pushes them over the century mark. It's now 101-77. And with 3 possessions left in this one, it is all over, as the Lakers have a 24-point lead, 74. That will be a bucket from Devin Brown. So backup's getting some garbage time here at the end. And the Lakers, or the Spurs, a point away from 80. Lakers with the ball, 78 is going to be another bucket. That comes from Kobe. Can't always think of this game linearly, like this is happening in real time. It's sort of conglomeration of all of the playing time, all the points, and you can just kind of see how things have evolved over the full course of the game, as opposed to, okay, it's this minute, this guy just scored. So the 20 is going to be free throw attempts. 67 will be Jason Hart, who's a 77% shooter. So he gets 1, and he gets 2. Jason Hart pushes them over the 80-point mark. And that's going to be it for this game as Hart scores in the 4th. And our tentative final is 103-81. It looks like it will be a 22-point victory. So let's see. Let me put it on pause. I will get the totals for the 4th and for the game, and we will finish out this game. Right, and we are back with our finals. The final is 103-81, so I was correct on the score. Terrible 4th quarter, although we did cut in 6 possessions into the 4th quarter because we had a scoring run that rolled over from the 3rd into the 4th. So that was automatically going to cut down our number of possessions and add a little bit to the 3rd. So you got to kind of think of it that way as well. If you want to split up those points so that it is a little bit more evened out. But the reality is the Spurs missed 4 or 5 free throws. They missed a 3-pointer. Nesterovic missed a couple of shots. They had a couple of turnovers. So they really gave away the farm there in the 4th. And the Lakers hit just about everything, including a 3-ball for Byron Russell. Our point totals for the Spurs, 14 points for Parker. Hart with 4 off the bench. 17 was the high man for the Spurs. Ginobili with 17, most of that coming here. 13 coming in the 3rd quarter. 8 points for Devin Brown. 8 points for Bruce Bowen. 13 for Turkoglu off the bench. Only 9 points for Timmy D. 2 points for Robert Horry. Big Shot Rob was not so big here. And Malik Rose with 6 points. Nesterovic 0 for 2 from the field. And those are really his only 2 shots. Didn't get a lot of action there against Shaq and Brian Cook. For the Lakers, it's 30 points out of the point guard position between Peyton and Fisher. So 15 apiece. 16 for Kobe Bryant is the high point man of the game for the Lakers. 8 points for Kareem Rush off the bench. 13 for Devin George. Devin George. I hope I didn't say. I said Devin Brown. We got 2 Devins in this game, so a little mixed up. 13 for George from the small forward position. The aforementioned Russell with the 3-ball. Medvedenko had 11, and Malone had 8, so 19 points, almost 20 points out of their power forward position. And then Shaq Fu with 14. So that is Uptempo Basketball. This will be the newest season available, 2003, 2004. I went back and double-checked the win-losses, and it was really just these 2 things that needed to be updated. So I updated those in the game file. Those will be correct. You can see you're going to get these come 3 to a sheet. So you can see here you got 2, and then we'll just throw a 3rd one in there. So they come like this. So this is like the size of a sheet of paper. So they come 3 to a sheet, and you'll get 6 or 8, however many it requires to get to 30, 10 sheets of paper. So you'll get every NBA team from that season. They'll all have the top 10 players, and then they'll all have all their team statistics here. We didn't play that way, but if you wanted to play what I call up-tempo style, you basically roll the first roll here, and then instead of going to each individual for the shooting percentage, you just roll out the team shooting percentage, and then you have a team defense number here, and then you would take off that percentage or add that percentage to the 2-point or 3-point percentage. So if it's a 3-point attempt, you would simply use the team 3-point percentage. If it's a 2-point attempt, you use the 2-point percentage. And if it's a 2-ball, it's just going to go in. You can assign those to the players if you want to, and you can still play with that style and assign the points to the players, or you can simply just keep track of a running score for the team. That's the faster way to do it because you don't have to go over here and look up the players. But if you still want to have players scoring, you can do that. There are lots of seasons available for Uptempo Basketball across the 70s, 80s, 90s, the aughts, into current seasons. Definitely keeping those current seasons. So I think we have like 2021 or 22 all the way through today. And then we have some backfilled seasons from the 90s. This is another season from the aughts. So you can check those out. And just kind of filling in those seasons as I go along. Definitely keeping pace with the most recent season. So I completed that this summer. And then, usually one or two classic seasons. We're coming up on October, so it's almost NBA time. In fact, I want to say I saw like a preseason highlights on YouTube the other day. So we're getting close. I think it's usually like Halloween or just before Halloween that the NBA season starts and then goes all the way to June. So it's, a pretty long season. And you can play through it all. So you can relive some of these older seasons. This is sort of my heyday here with 2003-4. Anytime between 90, 96, and about 2006. That's sort of when I was paying the most attention to the NBA. And you can get those old Jordan seasons and the Bulls. I think we have 95, 96, which was the historic 72 win season. And then we've got the Bad Boys from 89, 90. And so Jordan is in there with that as well. And I want to say there's one more, maybe the 92, 93 season. I can't remember exactly. I thought there was one more 90 season out there. But you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com and you can click on Uptempo Basketball. If you're on a desktop computer, it's right there at the top of the screen next to the green button. There's a link for Uptempo Basketball, and you can see all the seasons that we have available for that. If you want to learn more about the game, you can find Uptempo videos here on this channel. And I've branched out before into like looking at college and maybe doing some greatest teams of a decade and then providing those. If you're interested in trying that out, really it's the clock and the pacing, things like that are a little bit different. If you want to try that out, you can email me at clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com. I can send you the link. It's on my GitHub repo, and you can find it if you were looking for it and you knew what to look for, but I can send you a link directly to the game files where you could download those game files. I think I created the 92 Duke, the 1990 Running Rebels. I can't remember if it was 90, 91, whatever the great team was. And then the 1990 Loyola Marymount. So Hank Gathers and blanking on the other guy's name. But they had a really great team for Loyola Marymount before Hank Gathers died. And it was the run that they were making. You can play with those players. So it has a sort of a modified clock based off of halves. And so it's a little bit different, but I liked it. It plays the same. So you get all the players here. Everything plays and looks the same. But it's just a modified pacing for the clock because you play 2 20-minute halves, I believe, in college. So that was something to kind of check out and to play. So if you're interested in that, you can email me, clarkandaddisongaming@gmail.com. And if you just generally want to leave comments or shoot the breeze or talk about something, provide some feedback, that's a good place to do it. Also in the comment section here, you can leave comments about this game or Uptempo Basketball in general. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, you can click on subscribe. We are up past 430 subscribers, on our way to 440. Will you be 440? That's the question. The advantage of subscribing is that you get notified of new videos whenever they come available. So I usually do 1 or 2 a week. This week has been a little bit better than normal. So sometimes I can get out 2 to 5. Depends on how the week goes. But I wanted to finish off this game here. It finished about the way that it started the second half. In fact, almost well, it was 22-point lead at the half. LA started to collapse going in or out of the third quarter, and then they got it all back as the Spurs, they clammed down on the Spurs, couldn't do anything really in the fourth, and missed some free throws, some gimmies, and just couldn't get it rocking and rolling. Couldn't get that scoring run when they needed it, and the Lakers played well at home as they beat them by more than 20. Good game from Kobe, really from all of their starters. So all the starters were into double digits, and then they got bench scoring, double-digit bench scoring from Fisher, and almost double digits from Malone and Kareem Rush. So good game from the Lakers, and they win 103-81. All right. I think that's it. I will come back with more videos. Don't know if I'll be playing any more this season, but you can look for this season probably coming out this weekend. Today's Thursday, the 25th of September. And so maybe this weekend I can get this out. I'll just double check everything and make sure it's all okay. But you're going to get every single team. This is the scoring clock. So you can see the clock here. You can score. I was using possessions and pace, but you can also use the traditional 20 seconds per play scoring clock. And that'll give you about what you need to play the game. And then you'll get these cards, these scoring runs cards that you can use. You can see for the 10-2 run that you get the red is for the team with the 2, the 10 is for the team with the black, or the black is the team with the 10, and then for the there's a 6-0, an 8-0, a 9-2, a 12-0 scoring run. You can see here, there's 2 threes and a 2-pointer from the shooting guard. So you get quite a bit of scoring there on that 12-0 scoring run, and that's the kind of scoring run that can really change the game, but you only have a 2% chance really of doing that. So it doesn't happen super frequently. And you'll get this score sheet to be able to play everything, and the game guide will come with it, and it'll show you how to do everything. There's also an online application that will do the dice rolling and keep the time for you. It uses a clock timer, and it keeps the time for you. And there's a couple of things that you have to kind of manually do, but for the most part, it sort of automates a lot of the parts of it. It'll give you 3 rolls, just like we've been doing. So it'll give you 3 D100 rolls, and it just kind of speeds up the game, makes things a little bit easier, and that's free to use. And there's a link to that in the game guide when you get the game guide. All right. I think that's it from here. 103-81 is our score. Lakers beat the San Antonio Spurs. Sorry, Spurs. And great game by the Lakers. All right. I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.